Welcome back, guys. We are your hosts. I am Chad.
And I am Jake.
This week we are sponsored by Crybaby Craig's Hot Sauce.
Hot sauce. We are also sponsored by Ray's Energy Drinks.
This week we are going to be talking about episode 3 of Boba Fett the Book of Boba Fett on Disney Plus.
And then we'll also be talking about just the first 2 episodes of Peacemaker that is now on HBOMax. So let's get into it. This is the All Things Nerd podcast.
Nerd. Welcome back to the All Things Nerd podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. Chadley.
Yes, Lee.
How was your week, my guy?
This week was it was rough, but we also recorded last week's episode a little bit late. So most people already know that, I spent the first part of the week without a voice, which sucked, but
which is how he lost his voice, ironically.
Yeah, it's not so ironically. I just love to toss salads. But with that, we're just 1 week closer to me moving back to Minnesota, which, it's gonna be great. But I keep looking at the weather and I'm like, fuck, it's so cold. But we're finally getting snow out here in Ohio. We're getting what's left of the Minnesota Midwest. We're getting the tail end of it. So
yeah, our little storm that we had the other day. Yeah,
we're supposed to get like 6 inches by tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Is that like a lot? No, that's like average, right?
Genetically speaking, it's pretty good. It's like maxed, like.
Oh man, I am also moving in the near future. With my girlfriend, who you have met, Nicole. We're moving in together. We're looking at houses right now. Pretty exciting stuff. Other than that, this week has been super lame.
Also, it's only been just a few days since we last checked in with people.
Yeah. I have a tattoo appointment on Thursday.
Ooh.
That's exciting.
Oh. What are you getting?
I am getting an owl on my forearm here, so it'll be like the body and then the wings will kind of wrap around a little bit. It'll be cool.
Well, it's pretty rad.
Yeah.
I
do love pumpkins, Cotton. That's how you sounded. Like, yeah, that's pretty rad.
Super uninterested. I just wish that, out here I'd found an artist that I cared about.
You don't want to go back to Mace Tattooer?
Hey, we're not going to try and talk shit about him.
Well, just turn your wrist to the camera so everybody can see why.
I have talked to another tattooer who is my cousin, granted, but when I move back, she's only 45 minutes to an hour away from where I'll be living. So I can make that drive for tattoos.
Yeah. Well, we're also going to get her on the show too. So
yeah, we are.
Yeah. So she can fix it maybe on the show. Because I also messaged her about
we'll have bonus content for those of you that subscribe to our Patreon.
Yeah. So far me and you
and Nicole.
Oh yeah, that's right. Nicole is subscribing now.
Our core group.
We're rich.
Yeah.
I'm rich, bitch.
No, but she also does just want to come on the show and talk about tattooing and stuff like that. Yeah. And she's just super rad. But when I moved to St. Cloud, it's still a hike.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get this fixed for those of you guys on YouTube. This is not great. The playoffs started in the NFL for
Yeah,
those of you guys that care. The nerdy aspect of the NFL is fantasy, and that shit's over.
The Vikings didn't
Oh
make it.
no, they did not. But they won their final game.
I know. I
which
was
you
there.
are at. Yeah, that was last week. Also, I finally got around to watching Cobra Kai
Season
on
4.
Netflix. Yeah, it's enjoyable. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love the show, but it's more of the same.
It's I mean, could you say anything differently about the movies?
No,
Yeah, it's more of the same. It's
it's a bunch of people that are like, oh my God, real life is happening. Want to know what matters more? Karate.
Yeah.
And then they make karate somehow matter more than the real world.
It's a way of life, dude.
Don't bitch.
Although
for people that don't know, I have a second degree black belt in Taekwondo. I grew up with this way of life. It did not help with real world shit. It's cool to say, be like, yeah, I got a black belt.
Although
I have my second degree.
One cool thing that I have heard or read, I should say, is that the kid who plays Johnny's kid, what's his name?
Robbie
Keene would make an awesome based on the Power Rangers like movie that could be
a Red Ranger or a Tommy.
Green Ranger.
Oh,
Green
yeah.
Ranger. He'd make an awesome Green Ranger.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah.
But they'd have to reboot the reboot.
Yeah.
Because that also is just garbage. They made a huge deal about Krispy Kreme in the middle of the movie.
I kind of enjoyed it. I didn't like love it, but I enjoyed it.
It was a Power Rangers movie. Like,
I would have enjoyed a sequel of that like movie.
I wouldn't have been mad to see like Jasmine singing "It's a Whole New World."
Well, I also really liked that they put Billy on the spectrum too. I thought that was kind of cool. Like,
yeah, they actually like acknowledged his awkwardness.
And they didn't make the Black Ranger the Black Ranger. You know, they were like, hey, the black kid is going to be the Blue Ranger. You know, like they weren't like, hey,
that's true.
Yeah, I thought because they were like, hey, let's make the Pink Ranger a girl. Let's make the Asian Ranger yellow. Let's make the Black Ranger black. Like, yeah, come on.
And the guy who is not super masculine, what's like a more feminine version of red and pink mixed? It should be purple, but let's make it a little bit more boy. Blue.
Yeah. The nerdy guy. Yeah. Billy.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I loved Power Rangers, and that's way off
topic.
The
original Power Rangers were fantastic. I completely agree. I would love to see it done right.
Yeah. It's
just
Bryan Cranston as Zordon. Awesome.
Especially with Bill Hader as would it be?
Oh God, what was his name? The guy, the little robot that goes, ay.
Yeah,
I forget what his name was.
B22, B5,
I don't know.
Something like that. Whatever it is, like I'm for it.
Yeah.
Completely off topic. They're not even talking about like making this film yet.
No.
But do it.
Anyways, where are we? Oh, okay. Yeah. Sponsor one. Go.
Oh yeah. So let's get into like the meat, the non-meat.
Sounds like your Saturday night.
It's not because I'm plant-based, bitch.
I didn't mean animals.
I'm not trying to cause harm to any animals, so I'm not gonna beat any meat. Okay, except for my own. Oh, sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Tracy.
Bitch.
I didn't say anything fucked up. You said sorry, Mom. About beating your own meat. So I apologize.
Truth. Yeah, you're right. But so let's just go ahead and get into our first sponsor before we get into the Book of Boba Fett. So our first sponsor this week, like it has been for many weeks, they're our title sponsor, if you will, is Raise Energy Drinks. Awesome energy drinks with 0 calorie, 0 sugar, 0 crash. But also, if that's not your thing, no energy drinks. Like there's more out there for you for clean energy, pre-workout, everything.
Cake in a cup.
Yeah,
Right? They still have
absolutely.
that?
Yeah.
The cake in a cup. Yeah.
They have the protein packed desserts that are basically the cupcakes in a cup or cakes in a cup, like Jake said. Yeah, listen up. You'll learn how to save 15%, and we'll be right back with you.
What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Raise Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with 0 crash. Raise Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, empowered by their refresh formula technology, Raise Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Raise Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you.
All right, guys. So
Chad's drunk. He's trying to pretend like he's not, but he's hammered.
I'm so not okay for this episode. That's totally fine. The best part is like I updated my computer, so I don't have my normal like recording system, so I can't just like cut that out cleanly. So that's gonna stick. Yes, guys, I am just sloshed, if you will. But so we're gonna talk about the Book of Boba Fett episode Trace. You feel good about yourself, Jake? I hope you do.
Yeah,
I hope you do. I hope you feel good instead of just laughing out of shame.
The reason why I feel so good about it is because before we came back, I literally just watched you slap yourself in the face to try to make yourself not look drunk. And then I was like, hey, he's hammered.
Talk about the Book of Boba Fett, you motherfucker. I'm so sorry, guys. Only I'm really not, because this is like how this started. This is why we have a platform. Oh, in this fucking chair.
This out of the 3 episodes that are out right now, this is probably the weakest one, in my opinion.
Is it because of the scooters?
It's the scooters. Absolutely,
it's the scooters. 100%.
There's like a weird, like slow speed car chase with like scooters.
Basically, someone tries to escape Boba Fett, and he's like, I don't have a crew, I have family. And then they all hop on like these tricked out. Oh, and I'm singing again. This chair sucks. Yeah, basically Boba Fett like convinces like a biker gang, if you can call them that. They're more like a scooter gang.
Yeah.
To join his crew.
Yeah.
And they have them. Basically, they drive hover versions of 2012 Vespas.
Yeah.
But the only way that they make them look futuristic is they remove the wheels and add like 7 side mirrors on each side, and that's
and
about
made them like retro colors, like
yeah. Well, that would be in terms of like the Vespas, because Vespas are like, oh, we're modern day scooters, but like we use fucking eggshell blue.
yeah.
It's like that's not a color. Because eggshells aren't blue. If your eggshells are blue, like you have a disease.
Or like a robin.
That's
Robin
what I was
egg.
trying to get to, but like I forgot about the word robin.
You're just drunk. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I'm drunk. It's fine.
Anyways, they basically chase after this guy. It's the guy receptionist for the mayor, basically.
He's like the mayor's bitch.
Yeah. And he's like, whoa, I gotta run. And he gets in his car and takes off.
But the reason we wrote it down farther down on the list of things that we wanted to talk about, but the reason that they go after the mayor and the mayor's biatch is because someone comes to Boba.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, oh, people are stealing from me. They're stealing my water, because he's like a moisture farmer.
Mm-hmm.
But really, he's like, they're just stealing my staplers.
Yeah.
my stapler.
It's the
and
guy.
He gets really angry when he plays dodgeball.
Yeah.
If you guys know both of those references, you know who we're talking about. I don't know this actor's name, but like he shows up like in a serious role, but you can't take him seriously because he's just being a douche. Back to the chase, Jake.
Keep going.
No, you're putting me on the shot.
No, you said the reason why we brought this up was because someone. Yeah. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, he goes to Boba and is like, this biker gang is taking my business. They're robbing me. And Boba goes and confronts them and is like, is this true? And they're like, yeah, he's robbing everyone else, so we just fucking steal from him. He's like, cool, you work for me now.
Yeah.
And then it turns out that they just ride like lime scooters. You know, just like it goes faster if you use your feet. And that's what they ride to steal people. So like this dude also just kind of like it's shit. But so anyways, Jake, back to the Fast and the Furious scooter race. You got this. Don't you're being a dick. Yes, guys, I'm drunk.
You're so drunk. It's so funny.
Podcast is about us both getting drunk. So
yes,
you take it away.
I'm just not as drunk as you are. I'm drunk. Anyway, so
so take it away.
What the problem is with this chase scene is that it is the lamest fucking chase scene you'll ever see in your entire life. It's like a 30 mile, it's like a 30 mile an hour fucking chase scene, and like the kids on their scooters are like doing weird shit, like bouncing off of walls and like unnecessary shit. And what pisses me off the most about it was that Boba Fett is like, when the mayor's bitch like tries to take off, he's like, go get him. And then like they don't get him, and then Boba Fett just like flies and lands in front of him, and he's like, I got you. And it's like, why didn't you just fucking do that to begin with?
He waits until the dude fucking crashes and then uses his jetpack and flies 4 blocks and is like,
yeah. Why didn't you just fly
gotcha,
after
bitch?
Yeah. Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch.
So stupid. This is the worst episode out of the 3. I am not vibing with this show. I'm trying to. I really want to like it.
Well, half the show is good.
Yeah.
It's just that the other half is not.
His teeth. The other half is his teeth.
Well, they take up a lot of the screen. We get it.
He's like, He's smart. Yeah, he does this.
Oh, I'm so glad for the people that don't watch us on YouTube and just listen from an auditory stance.
It's not great.
I love the character of Boba Fett.
Yeah,
So
I do too.
much.
Everybody
He's
does.
Such a badass.
Yeah. He's bald, he's short, he's chubby. Everybody can relate. As a guy, you can relate to this guy. He's got fake teeth, you know.
But even in the original trilogy, like he shows up in the Empire Strikes Back for literally like I think he has 30 seconds of screen time. And he's just like badass. He's got like another like 2 minutes in Return of the Jedi, still badass. And then now he's just like, my name's Boba.
Yeah, it's like really annoying that because like he's kind of a douche, like in my opinion. He just kind of like is like, oh, I'm the new crime syndicate in this territory. You guys all owe me something. And it's like, for what? You haven't done anything. Like, and I think that's where the show was going. Like, you haven't done anything for us, and he's like building, but it's just like
so far we're still on the side of like you haven't done shit.
Yeah. The
But
only
we
thing
do
he's
get to
done
see
so
him
far is hired a bunch of kids, and that's weird because
Yeah, and Ming Na Wen, but we talked about that last week.
yeah.
But we also do get to see the Wookiee. I think it's Kershantan, but it's K with a bunch of R's and then Santon. So it's I'm not gonna roll my R's for this, but it's like Stanton.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I went for the rolled R's, even after saying I wasn't going to. But so this is the Wookiee that we talked about that resembles Jake because he's got black and gray hair.
Oh, well, it doesn't look so bad now that it's shaved.
Yeah, there's still
You shut
black
the
and
fuck
gray
up.
hairs. It looks good. I'm not talking shit. Also, like this is one of the most badass looking Wookiees that we've seen.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's like the Fonzie of Wookiees for sure.
He elbows the jukebox and goes.
That wasn't even scripted. We didn't even write that down. That's gold.
I'm so glad that happened too. But basically, he's sent to kill Boba Fett, and obviously, this is called the Book of Boba Fett, and this is only episode 3 out of like 8.
8, I think. Yeah.
So like it clearly does not work, but he just beats the shit out of like everyone there is.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's flashbacks in this episode to his time in the Tuscans. We don't want to give away everything in this episode. Yes, the Tuscan Raiders, those guys. I will never not be ashamed of that.
You shouldn't be. You do it really well.
I could do it better from a distance, but you told me last week no. But so Chrysanthemum is there to fuck shit up. It basically takes on like all of Boba's.
What did you just say?
Chrysanthemum. The Wookiee.
Oh, I thought you were saying Chris Hansen. Hi, I'm Chris Hansen.
What are you doing here? Why do you have?
God!
No, not Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen. They're different. One's a bounty hunter, and one is a bounty hunter for pedophiles. Oh,
hi, I'm Chris Hansen. Ah, Jesus Christ.
Jesus, we got so off topic.
Anyways.
But hashtag to catch a predator. And Chrysanthemum like beats the living shit out of Boba Fett and many of his people. And you froze while I was talking about this.
It's happening right now.
You froze. It's fine. I will take this for a minute. Basically, there's an epic fight between all of like Boba's new like security and people that are there to protect him. It goes good. They basically capture Chrysanthemum, and then they catch the Predator is what they do, which is super ironic.
Am I unfrozen?
Yeah, you are now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then the Jabba the Hutt siblings, the twins that we talked about last week, show up and are basically like, no, he's a gift. Like, do what you want with him. Also, here's this Rancor for your pit.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rancor's handler is none other than Danny Trejo.
Machete
himself. The Mexican, not the Mexicant.
Are you a Mexican or a Mexican?
I'm so glad that he picked up
Mexican.
I'm
Once
so
upon a time
glad
in
that you
Mexico.
got that. Yes, with Johnny and Antonio Banderas.
Johnny Knoxville and Antonio Banderas. Yeah.
Yeah, Knoxville, not
Depp.
Depth.
Yeah. Johnny Depp, Antonio Banderas, which I'm just gonna say this because I have to.
I love that movie.
There's 3 of them. There's El Mariachi, which is in all Spanish, and then Desperado, which was the first American-made version movie of that, the sequel to El Mariachi, and then Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
They're such great films.
Yeah, fantastic.
I love them.
And is it
Enrique Iglesias? Is that who you're
he's
talking
in
about?
the 3rd one?
He's also in the 2nd one.
Was he in the 2nd one?
I'm pretty sure he's in the 2nd one. He is like one of the people that doesn't die.
No.
If I'm wrong, I will release.
He was the
public tweet.
Desperado came out before Enrique Iglesias was a thing.
I don't know if I agree, but I'm not going to look it up while we're doing this.
It's okay. Sorry.
Either way, Enrique Iglesias is in this film as well. Back to the Book of Boba Fett, because we've been talking about this for a long ass time. Experience your food. That's from
Molly.
we went with 2 different topics, but I still appreciate it. Danny Trejo basically just plays Danny Trejo.
But in space.
Yeah, he's space Danny and Trejo. And Trejo. It's Danny Trejo. I got mixed up with Iglesias. I'm so sorry, Danny Trejo. Don't murder me with a machete. No, but we get space Danny Trejo. He's basically just like a badass looking dude, but he's like, I care about animals. And you're like, that vibes. I'm down. Yeah. But also we get references to the Rancor, and what's really cool is they reference I said that really weird, Dathomir, which is cool because that's where Darth Maul is from. Danny Trejo's character talks about how the witches of Dathomir used to ride Rancors into battle, and then Boba Fett is like, oh, I've ridden beasts 10 times this size, which is weird because we've never seen it like in official Star Wars, but the Star Wars holiday special, which we try not to remember, shows Boba Fett like just riding like this big ass animal. Yeah. So like we have to live with the fact that the holiday special is, now canon. but like so many of the books that were amazing aren't.
I think the wrap up of this is that so far Boba Fett is a douchebag who thinks he's entitled to everything, but he really hasn't done a goddamn thing to make him special.
He's trying, but it's like baby steps. Like
Yeah.
there's bigger things out there, like
Yeah.
the Syndicate, the Huts, like
The mayor, who is probably the biggest bad in the
but the mayor is working with the Syndicate,
yeah.
which we find out in this episode. And like Boba Fett's like, oh, they want war, we'll prepare for it. And it's like, okay, cool. Like, gather all your Vespas.
You said you and your teenagers beat up by one Wookiee, so I don't think you're ready for war.
And you took like 5 teenagers on space scooters to chase down one dude that you were the one to catch, and all 5 of them didn't.
Yeah.
So like, as long as you have family.
I want this show to be I really want this show to be good, but it's really not impressive so far. Anyways, that's it on that. Sponsor number 2. Woohoo!
Which is what, Jake? What is our second sponsor? No, you're good.
Sponsor number
we'll call
2.
it there.
Sponsor number 2 is Crybaby Craig's hot sauce. It's a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce. It goes on practically anything. Seriously, I put this shit on pizza, sandwiches, soup, everything. It's so
put it on most of my leftovers.
Yeah.
Most of my breakfasts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. On breakfast, like I don't eat eggs, okay, but like eggs and hash browns and shit like that. Oh my god, it's so good.
I mean, there's plant-based eggs that we both eat, and they're delicious. You throw that in
just there. Egg, if anyone's curious, but
that's the best one. There's probably more out there, but that's the one we know, and it's delicious.
Yeah. Anyways, listen up, and we'll tell you more about Crybaby Craig's.
Oh, hot sauce.
Hey, you nerds! Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today.
All right, guys, we are going to jump into Peacemaker episode 1 and 2, now streaming on HBOMax. This is a follow-up to the Suicide Squad movie by James Gunn. It's a lot of fun, honestly.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's hilarious. It's bloody.
I mean, it's still by James Gunn. So like, if that tells you anything, it's in the same realm of what the Suicide Squad movie was.
Yeah.
The remade Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
The one that we talked about.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, he's alive. Peacemaker, as you know, at the end of Suicide Squad, Idris Elba shoots John Cena in the fucking neck. And
this is impressive because, like, how could he see him? You know,
you're stupid.
If you guys didn't see that on YouTube or anything, like, get woke. If you
he's
will.
alive. He's alive. Peacemaker is alive. He's in the hospital, and after he like talks to the doctor for a little while, he's just like, can I go? And they're like, yep, you're free to go. And he's like, okay. And he runs into the janitor in the hallway, which is probably my favorite part of this whole episode is
It's probably the best part of the first episode.
Yeah,
Hands down.
just interacting with the janitor, and that he's like, hey, is anybody out there looking for me? And the janitor is like, I don't fucking know. I don't know who you are. I don't think anyone's looking for you. Nobody knows who you are. Who are you? And he's like, oh, I'm Peacemaker. And he goes, oh, you're that racist fucking superhero. And he's like, I'm not racist.
He's like, yeah, you kill all the people of color.
Yeah.
Like,
You're
and,
racist.
and John Cena's character is like, no, I'm just trying to create peace and kill criminals. And the janitors are like, yeah, but like they're all black or brown or
is there
Asian.
Proportionately, are there more colored people that I kill? Probably. But
yeah,
it's super fucked up.
To the point where John Cena's character is like, I'll pay more attention to white people, I guess, moving forward, and like watch on them more. And then I will try and kill more white people. Does that make you feel better? And the janitor's like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then the janitor is also like, you're not a superhero. And he's like, what's your name? And he's like, Peacemaker. It's like, Peacemaker? It's a stupid superhero name. Not like Aquaman. It's like, fuck Aquaman. And he's like, whoa, dude, don't say fuck Aquaman. And he goes, yo, that dude fucks fish. And he's like, no, he doesn't. And he goes, hey, man, you want to fuck girls? Cool. You want to fuck guys? I'm cool with that. You start fucking fish? That's fucked up.
And he's like, I know someone who works at the aquarium where if you give him $50, he'll let you take a fish out back. Like trying to like discredit Aquaman.
Oh, it's so
just,
fucking funny.
This show is hilarious.
Yeah.
Even the intro sequence, like the intro credits, if you will.
Oh yeah.
They're
weird.
It's weird. It's hilarious. It has no weight on the actual show. It just shows everyone
dancing
throughout the show, just almost like borderline like TikTok dancing. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Like it's terrible, but
dumb.
It's hilarious. But it fits.
Yeah.
Like the theme of the show, like the vibe, and like the musical taste. It's just it's so stupid that I love it.
I will say that the soundtrack to this show is amazing.
James Gunn once again has not let us down when it comes to the musical aspect of the show. Like it's just it's so good.
Basically our guy gets cornered by Amanda Waller's people, so he's unfortunately still working for Waller, and they want him to work on something called like the Butterfly Project.
Yeah,
they're like hunting down butterflies, and he's like butterflies, like butterflies.
Yeah,
it's
but
funny.
he can't say no because he still has the bomb in the back of his neck.
Yeah, technically he has a 30-year contract with Waller, and once he serves his 30 years, it's over. He thought after just 4 years that in the events of
the Suicide Squad
that he had served his time, and she's like, nah.
Yeah.
No.
So
no.
we do
Mr.
get to
Superman,
see,
no here.
Yeah. Superman, no us here. We still get to see Harcourt played by Jennifer Holland. And then we get to see Agent Akamos. Is that what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Yeah, Agent Akamos, which is by Steve Agee, who was they both played like the handlers in the Suicide Squad, who helped like create the coup at the end of the film
Yeah.
that allowed
'Cause-
like the Suicide Squad to live, even though they
Yeah.
disobeyed
Yeah.
orders. But so they're a couple of the main. They're part of the Peacemaker team.
Yeah. Task force or whatever you want to call them.
Fight off Project Butterfly.
We cannot ignore the main character though. Eagly
is just
Eagly the Eagle is the
Mhm.
best character in this show. It's an eagle if you guys haven't caught on.
it's
Uh,
literally it's an eagle.
And its name is Eagly.
Yeah, much like John Cena's characters, like if he had a dog, it'd be called Doggy. Or if he had a daughter, it would be
Daughtery.
Yeah.
Daughtry. Chris Daughtry.
With the lips of an angel.
I was like, shit, no, that's not. No, that's not Daughtry.
Yeah, that's Daughtry.
No, Lips of an Angel is Hinder.
Oh, you're right.
I know.
I
What is a
I
Daughtry
went
song?
too specific and didn't go
funny.
too generic.
This is hilarious. No, we got to think of a Daughtry song because my girlfriend and her mom and her sister are in love with Chris Daughtry. They think he's like the sexiest bald.
Unfortunate.
Sexier than Lex Luthor. He's the sexiest like bald man. And I cannot. This is how great Chris Daughtry is. I love music and I can't think of one fucking song this man has ever made.
Yeah, that's how great he is.
He's the John Cena. Haven't seen ya of
Yo,
making
you
music.
shut your mouth.
Give me a Chris Daughtry song. Big hit.
Oh my god, he used to be in like Theory of a Dead Man. He used to be in some Christian rock bands. used to work with Timbaland, Chris Allen.
He's from like American Idol, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Daughtry was in Theory of a Dead Man.
Yeah, he was.
What?
I mean, and Seven Dust and Timbaland, Chris Allen, like
he wasn't in. He worked with. He wasn't in Theory of a Dead Man.
He was part of the group. Let's just go to like the original.
Just go to YouTube. Chris Daughtry.
It's Not Over, the song Home, What I Want Over You, Crash.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm coming home to the place where I belong. That's it.
I'm so glad that you knew it because like it just looked like generic butt rock to me. No offense.
The only difference is that he only got famous from American Idol. He's not. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, babe. I love you, Nicole, but yeah, he's garbage.
Yeah, he's not great. He's a fine supporting musician for like talent, and with talent, I say that.
Is there another song? That's the only song that comes to mind. Well, cool.
Oh, that was from his first album.
His only album, you mean?
No, I just went to that album's IMDb.
Oh my god, he actually has a lot of albums.
Yeah, he's got more than one.
Good for you, dude.
No Surprise.
It's
Every
Not
Time You Turn
Over.
Around, Life After You. September.
Hold on. Yeah, I just saw September.
It's if Nickelback was like a single artist, that would be.
Hold on. We gotta. Is it coming through over there? Are you nodding your head? There he is. There he is. Oh. Let's get to the
We
chorus
got
here.
so far into this because we made the Daughtry joke.
I'm so sorry.
No,
It was funny, damn it.
it would have been.
I have to rag on the men that my girlfriend has a crush on. I have to. It's my duty as her boyfriend.
Just shave your head and write pop punk, but to like a slightly distorted country pop song. And then you're Chris Daughtry. Yeah, I said it. I'm snobby. I went to school for music. He's Nickelback with a twang, but not as much twang as Nickelback with a twang. I'm sorry, Florida Georgia Line has. He's the
I actually
balance
like
between
Florida Georgia Line.
You like 2 songs from them, I guarantee it, and that's about it.
Yeah, one of them's with the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one's with Nelly, right? The other one's
No,
with Nelly.
no, I hate that one.
Oh,
It's the one where it's like, oh God, how does it go?
is
we
it
are
Holy?
so far off.
Yeah,
topic.
it's so far off.
No, what is it?
I mean-
No, it's oh my God. I can picture the music video in my head.
Tip it back.
No, it's
Tip back.
the music video is basically a girl like leaves him, and then he tries calling her a bunch of times and she won't answer, and she takes the dog.
What country
then-
pop song isn't this?
And then I know. And then he burns the house down, and she's like, oh my God, I love him. I need to go back. And she comes back to a pile of ashes. What the fuck is the name of that song?
I'll let you look that up while I try to avoid the fact that like
You keep
we're
talking.
talking about country
Talk about
pop
nerd
music.
stuff.
Yeah. Throughout both of these first 2 episodes, we get to interact with Peacemaker. His name is Christopher Smith, with his father, who is just a piece of shit. Quite honestly, there's no nice way of putting it. Even in the show, they're like, yeah, his dad's a piece of trash. His dad basically raised him to be
White
like the ultimate
supremacist,
killer. Yeah, he is just
Oh my God.
straight racist.
It's the easiest song. It's like the easiest song name ever. It's called Stay.
Oh, that. Oh,
If I told you that I loved you, would you make you want to stay? Love that song.
so for those of you
Anyways.
that don't know, Jake just admitted that he loves Luke Bryan. Without even talking.
Luke Bryan's not in that song.
No, but Luke Bryan. Every Luke Bryan song sounds like that song. Sorry.
He does a song with Florida Georgia Line. But
I
it's not
know.
that one.
Oh, it is though, because they're all interchangeable because it's just 4 chords and it's pop country. But we get to see how we get to see a little bit more of the background of Peacemaker and how like the reason that he's so violent and quite honestly, like his reputation is gross.
Yeah. His dad's
It's
the
because his dad's a
T1000.
piece of shit. Yeah.
He's the T1000.
He was the liquid Terminator from Terminator 2. For those of you that don't know what the T1000 is.
Yeah, he was in a bunch of Capri Sun commercials.
Yeah, him too. Yeah, that's good. But
thank you.
We get to see a bunch
I'm
of
here all week. I'm not. I'm actually done after this until next week. But
we also get to see that another person on the task force that's helping Peacemaker. Oh, I should know her name off the top of my head. I don't.
Valancourt, Vicky Valancourt.
Amelia Harcourt.
You almost said Valancourt though.
I did because I was trying to remember it.
Vicky Valancourt showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
No, but we get to see Danielle Brooks, who plays one of the agents. You might recognize her from Orange is the New Black as Tasty. Honestly, she might be my favorite character. Her and they call him Dyed Beard. It's Steve Agee, who plays John Akomos, who we mentioned. He's just a gingerbeard fuck. In the episode,
your favorite, huh?
She's so fucking funny, dude. For like comic relief, like as much as I love John Cena as like a comic action actor, like she's so funny, man. And there's just so much comedy between the 2 episodes. and they're trying to figure out. John Cena keeps being like, what's a butterfly? Like, what are we hunting down? Like, what's this? He ends up hooking up with a chick that it's clearly in love with Def Leppard,
Van Halen,
just hair metal,
hair
and
metal.
it's
Yeah.
hilarious. And she ends up being like a psycho mutant
Yeah.
that tries to kill him.
Meta human.
A metahuman. Yes, you're right. Thank you.
DC is metahuman.
Metahuman.
Yeah.
So we get an entire like fight scene between him and this chick that like
Which
literally at the end of the first episode we see him like boning.
Yeah. But it's hilarious to the fights. This girl's like 5'2", like 100 pounds soaking wet. And she's just putting the fucking work to John Cena, who's what, like
he's like 6'2", probably like 240 pounds of pure muscle.
Yeah. She's just tossing him around like a salad, like a Caesar salad. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Everything I know about Peacemaker, he's down for getting his salad tossed by a chick that loves hair metal. But she just like lays the beat down, beats the living hell out of him.
A lifetime. Yeah, he gets fucked up. Stabs him, cuts him up a couple times. But
talk about his helmet power.
Oh man, he's sonic booms her. So we didn't know that. I didn't know that this was a thing until like this episode. But he like puts his helmet on and he's like, activate sonic boom, and he just turns this girl into spaghetti. Like literally, just
his helmets have power.
Yeah,
and we learn that the helmet power is developed by like his dad, but like different helmets have different power. So he takes one that's.
Did you see the after credit scene
about the scabies?
This one gives you scabies.
Why would I want scabies? Every man should have scabies once.
No, he goes, it'll create a challenge. So stupid. It's fucking.
He uses the sonic boom helmet on this Def Leppard groupie basically, and just obliterates her. Just turns her into what you would expect SpaghettiOs to look like if you just put the whole can of SpaghettiOs in the microwave and turn it on for 5 minutes. What comes out is what's left of this chick. Absolutely hilarious.
There's also, and it kind of goes into the second episode, but I think it's super funny. When in the first episode, when John Cena's leaving the hospital, his doctor's like, "Hey, like, take it easy on your clavicle. You broke your clavicle. Don't raise your arm, higher than yay high." And every single thing that he does in the 2 episodes, he lands on his fucking shoulder and just goes, "Fuck!" and grabs his clavicle because he just keeps fucking up his clavicle over and over again. And at some point in the second episode, he starts crying because he's so mad that nobody really likes him. And
he admits that he's a fucking loser.
And then he just starts punching himself in his broken clavicle and crying. It's so fucking funny.
We also get a tease of Vigilante.
Yeah.
Which is literally like his PNV, his like shitty ass sidekick that is not an eagle.
Yeah.
Basically the dude that wants to be his sidekick. And we find out that like Vigilante's been like leaving him like voicemails over the past 4 years, like, "Oh man, like I got this going on. Be P and V." And he's like, "Oh, I realized that like P and V sounds like you're a penis and I'm vagina and we're gonna like get together." I don't mean any of that. Honestly, the show is so fucking funny.
Yeah,
where we're at after 2 episodes, or after the first few episodes, we're not going to talk about the third episode yet. It sounds like the show is like just for pure entertainment. I really don't think that it's going to hold a lot of weight in the DC universe, but
no.
it's the show I didn't know I needed the show,
Yeah.
but like I'm so glad that I have it.
Basically, the thing is that DC can do whatever they fucking want right now because the Flash is going to reboot everything.
Don't want to talk about it.
Anyways, the second episode ends with uh Cena's Peacemaker's dad going to prison, and they know him in prison, and they call him White Dragon. They bow to him, and they start giving the fucking like Nazi salute.
Don't do it yourself.
I did it. I was just showing,
I know, but
they're
like
like White Dragon, White Dragon, White Dragon over and over again.
Peacemaker's dad is like praised for being like a white supremacist piece of shit.
Yeah.
But also throughout the first couple episodes, we see that like Peacemaker, John Cena's character, is not that guy. He was raised that way, but like he doesn't believe that. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see where it goes. There's just there's a lot of like comical things that like don't translate to like us talking about it, because like it's just funny if you watch it. So go watch it on HBO
It's
Max.
hilarious, yeah.
If you guys don't have an HBO Max thing, like reach out to us. Like we have friends that do. Some of us can still have like logins, a couple, because we watch it regularly. If you guys don't have it, you know someone who does, is what I'm trying to say. Like, just like, you know how to find it. If you don't have it, reach out to us. We'll tell you where to find it. It'll be fine. I didn't say that. I'm not going to give away my logins because people have taken advantage of that. But like, we'll tell you where to find it. That's what I'm trying to say. Go watch this show. It's absolutely hilarious. It's absolutely worth it.
Ready for this?
No.
That being said,
gotta drink to that.
We're gonna close out this episode.
But before we do that, there's just a few things that we want to talk to you guys about. The first one being the fact that we have our web store. So if you like what we're doing, you want to support us, we have some awesome merch. A lot, from like t-shirts to leggings to fucking everything. Ooh, you're getting a little cut out there.
Did I?
For a second, what was the last thing you said?
I didn't say anything.
Okay. It just got a little it got a little glitchy there. So yeah, we have our web store. We also have our Patreon page. So Jake, tell them a little bit about that.
You can go give us money so we can keep doing what we're doing. Give us money. Basically you you can give up to $5 a month. You can give more than that. And we send you gifts monthly based on the amount that you give, and it just helps support us and support what we're doing. And it helps basically outside of my girlfriend is now subscribing to this now, but before that it's just Chad and I every red cent that we put into this podcast comes out of our own pockets. It just helps give us, the more that we get from this, the cooler shit that we can do. And with Chad moving back here, we can start doing more fun shit, and we take that money and we put it into this podcast. We don't pocket it. We don't spend it on ourselves. We spend it on the podcast. Anytime that we've ever been like, hey, we got to send so-and-so a t-shirt or whatever, we're just like, oh, how much money's in the podcast bank, and then we spend it out of there. So just the more money we get, the cooler shit we can do, the better prizes you guys are going to get. We love you guys. We really appreciate the support from the people that do listen and the people that do contribute. Just help us keep doing what we're doing. We really appreciate it. We're going to do it without you, but we'd like it if you guys tagged along and helped us do more.
Absolutely. And if you can't give, I mean, we totally understand. But there's also
I can barely give.
Yeah, we still have like social media and stuff like that. Like the more you interact with that, the internet has stupid algorithms that we don't understand, but the more you interact, the better it is for us. So if you can't give, like at least interact with us.
Yeah.
Also it gives us something to do throughout the week, and it makes us happy to be like, oh, so and so commented that, you know, they're talking to us like through the podcast. So we've got
give us
too.
a like and a share would be great. Also, we're still working on our Harry Potter deep dive right now, but once that's over, like give us some suggestions if you guys want to hear us talk about another franchise that we haven't already talked about. So yeah,
and there's suggestions out there, so you know, like Jake said, like give us something to talk about, to look into, and you know, we'll work it into our episodes with
do it
okay.
Just
so with all of that being said, so you guys got to take a drink, because that's our new catchphrase, I guess. I'm sorry, Mom, that we're no longer disappointing you and just recycling phrases.
We're still huge disappointments to our mothers, definitely.
I mean, they still love us, but like, you know, they're not going to listen because it's
on an unconditional level, but not like I'm proud of you kind of, you know.
Oh, sad. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. We're almost at the 1 year mark. Couldn't do it without you. This has been the All Things Nerd Podcast.
Cheers, bitches.
Cheers.